Today we're going to be trying to install Ubuntu 25.10 on this 2008 MacBook Pro and this 2008 MacBook. First thing you gotta do is write the Ubuntu ISO to a flash drive, and I'm on a Mac most of the time, so I'm using Balena Etcher to do so. Gotta kinda admit, it's a little weird how reflective this MacBook Pro screen is. But to get started here, we'll turn on, and then we'll hold the O key, so we can choose boot media. There we go. So I think this, adjust the camera a little bit. I think this ESP volume is the flash drive, I hope. It said boot was not found, but try or install Ubuntu. And this is the 25.10 version. This MacBook is a A1278 MacBook Pro, 13-inch. See how long this takes to boot off the flash drive. Alright, well that took a solid 5 minutes to boot, but let's go ahead and install Ubuntu 25.10 on here. Let's see how long this takes. I did plug in an Ethernet cable because watching Action Retro's video, the Wi-Fi drivers aren't included out of the box. But the sound works, that's good. Yep. It's a little glitchy on the graphics, but I think it's because this has that NVIDIA GPU built in. I'm just going to install everything. And the Wi-Fi drivers and graphics driver. Oh, it's really glitchy. It's tweaking. And we'll just do a full install. I already did put, years ago, I put a 250 gig Kingston SSD in this machine because I was using it for a while, but I got this out of e-waste at work. My PCs here have a somewhat of a naming convention. Okay, time zone's good. Alright, now we'll see how fast this installs. It is now 12:15. This flickering is insane. It is now 12:41 p.m. So the install took 25 minutes, 26 minutes to install on USB 2.0 speeds on this 2008 MacBook Pro. But we're gonna go ahead and restart and see how long it takes to boot back up. Or I guess how long it takes to acknowledge I clicked restart now. There we go. Okay, move the USB, press enter. No MacBook chime, but I wish Apple's had a activity LEDs, because I don't know if this froze. Oh, okay. There goes Grub. It may have froze. Nope. Look at that. It's a little slow, obviously. It's, what, 13 years old? Wait, what? No, 17 years old. Sheesh. All right. Well, we have arrived at the desktop. Got a loading cursor. All right, it says we're all ready to go. Does not look like it found the Wi-Fi yet, and also the battery on this thing is cooked, as you can see. It's just zero, not even charging. Let's see if I can enable the drivers, if I remember. Was there a app for extra drivers? Oh, yeah. There we go. If they're there automatically, it's weird that it installs them but doesn't use them. Oh, nothing. All right. Is sound working still? Yeah. All right. Let's see if this thing can play a YouTube video, and then I'm going to try to get that Wi-Fi driver installed. Also, I don't remember how much RAM this has. I think it's 6 gigabytes. Oh, I'm like, where the heck is the terminal at? Why can't I? Oh, NeoFetch. I'm totally lost for words on what the heck that app was called. Unable to locate. Huh. NeoFetch doesn't exist in the default repository. All right, whatever. How do you get the stats? I don't remember.
Does the Packard Bell Aloha meet the system requirements to run World of Warcraft? 800 megahertz or higher CPU. Yep, we just installed a 1 gigahertz Pentium 3, 256 megabytes, so we got 5.
It seems like it's playing video just fine.
I gotta go no. Always gotta go no. And I think we're gonna go
All right.
page this time.
Let's see if we can get that Wi-Fi driver installed then. All right, to get the Wi-Fi going, we do sudo apt install firmware 43 installer. Oh. Maybe if I update my packages. Firmware 43 installer. Yeah. All right, let's let that update real quick and maybe have a better look in a second. I surprise myself with how dumb I am sometimes. All I needed to do was type the command correctly this whole time. Sudo apt install firmware -b43 installer. Ah, look at that. Installs the dependencies that I need. And it's done. I may have to reboot, but yeah, all right. Let's go ahead and restart this. All right, just booted back in. Oh, Wi-Fi is now available. See if we can't connect. That appears to have worked, so let me go ahead and disconnect the Ethernet, which, there we go. And it is showing up here full signal strength. Let's just go ahead and run a speed test. It's a little laggy when all these ads are loading. It's actually very laggy when all these ads are loading. The ping is nuts on that, by the way. No upload. I can't even finish the test. All right. On to the next thing. Definitely need to get ad block on that. That's super slow. Maybe I can check NeoFetch real quick again, now that I've upgraded. Just wanted to double check the specs on this thing. Okay. How the heck? Okay. Apt search Neo. It's just showing me all of the packages. Fast fetch. Okay, there we go. Just use that. All right, so Ubuntu 25.10, it's Mac Pro 7.1, which is the 1278 A1278. It it is, oh, it's got a GeForce 320M. Core 2 Duo P8600 at 2.39 gigahertz. And I have 5 gigabytes of RAM. I'm pretty sure it's 6, but it's giving 1 gigabyte to the onboard graphics. All right. And it's a 30 gigabyte SSD apparently. Or it took 20 gigs for swap. Either way, okay. Let's try the other MacBook now. All right, this is a 2007 MacBook A1181 from this, I believe, has the Intel HD graphics, and I think this one has 4 gigs of RAM and also a Core 2 Duo as well. I think it's a 1.8 gigahertz. Let's go ahead and do the same thing, holding down the O so we can get the boot menu. And the camera is making the screen look way brighter than it really is. In person, for some reason, it looks like the backlight might have fried. What's going on here? It's not booting with the O key. Is it option on these ones? Yep. There we go. So we're gonna go to the EFI boot by using the arrow keys apparently. This may take a lot longer than the MacBook Pro did. This charger though has an orange LED on it, which means this battery may actually work, that it's charging. So that actually sat on that black screen with the underscore on it for about 6 minutes, and then I went to this screen complaining about the B43 firmware, which wouldn't be installed normally by default, so that's weird. But yeah, it's still booting, and now we have a little progress bar in text mode. So I let this sit for about 10 minutes, and there's no mouse movement or anything. It still has random activity on the flash drive, so I think it's still trying to boot. But this is as far as it's gotten, so we'll see. So this has been sitting here for about 20 minutes. And I think it's totally froze. The flash drive will blink a couple times randomly, but I don't think it's loading anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and power this off. And I'm gonna see if I can install from the text mode. All right. Do the safe graphics mode instead. I don't think it's gonna make a difference, but we'll see how long this takes to boot up now. And it's been about 8 minutes just sitting on this screen with the underscore. I'm starting to think that this MacBook just doesn't want to boot off this Ubuntu image. But gonna still wait on it and see. Alright, so it's been 20 minutes and I don't think this is going anywhere, so I'm just gonna call it on that one. So what did we learn today? Well, some old MacBooks just aren't meant to run Ubuntu. Also, when the battery is totally fried on it, you gotta wait a second before you can power it up. The light turns orange on the MagSafe adapter, so I'm not sure if it's trying to charge or not. The last time I used this, I was running Mojave? I was Catalina? I don't know, OS X 10.14. And battery just randomly charged one day and was working. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but before that it didn't work at all. I think I just left it plugged in so long it just decided to charge. But anyway, there's one more thing I want to try to do with this machine before I end the video. So in other news, this won't turn on now. Where I paused the video last, it was booting and then just shut off. Oh no, now the light's turning on now. Okay. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Let's see if it boots this time or it just turns off again. It's still powered on. Oh, no. It's going to sleep. It's got the heartbeat LED going on. Why is it going to sleep on the boot screen? That's why it's not going to boot. It's interrupting the frickin' process. You're not running on batteries. You're running on wall power. You don't need to do any power saving. That went to sleep again. Oh. I know why. Jesus. This is so dumb. That is so dumb. I had the other MacBook sitting under it, and the lid magnets are putting it to sleep. Oh my god. Rookie amateur hour. Got Bush League IT guy over here. Whatever. Alright, so I was screwing around and trying to configure EFI to see the NVIDIA 320M graphics card so I can install the NVIDIA drivers instead of Nouveau, because I don't know what's going on with the graphics just freaking out. Like, you see this glitch? I can't. This is unusably weird. Firefox isn't doing it though, so, and like, it's a snap package. I don't think that matters, but like, most apps aren't doing that. Like, see, this just looks fine. So I'm gonna continue on with what I was going to do for the final push here. Installing Wine. Just to $2 GB. God dang. Something of note here is that if your computer decides to go to sleep, well, if you're using a 2008 MacBook Pro with Ubuntu, if it decides to go to sleep while copying files or installing 2 gigs worth of Wine packages, the Wi-Fi adapter does not reconnect when it wakes up, so you gotta start that whole process over with. Also, the battery is charging. Oh, it might actually work. The background image is missing, but what's funny is I have this on a newer Linux machine, and it's the same exact problem. Yeah, the graphics are messed up because it's using that Nouveau driver, so it's not rendering everything properly. Ooh. This sounds a little crunchy. It's not rendering any models. It rendered the map? That's weird. Can't do anything in the video options. Is there a lower color mode actually? Oh yeah. Let's turn off shaders. Turn off VSync. Without the models, I mean, it's play. Oh. Doesn't look like it loaded the water or anything either. Oh no, water's there. It's just the player models aren't here. But it's kind of working. This is just a bug with Wine, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, because it ran on a Power Mac G3. So. Alright, well that's good enough for now, I guess. So thanks for joining me on this journey, and like the video if you like it, and please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.